Hello, what's up YouTube? Sarah here again. Thank you all very much for those who watched my video last week. This week, I'm going to be talking about something that's probably going to rile some people up who are not going to agree with me, but whether you agree or not, it's something that I wanted to share with others, an opinion I have. And it's about how much pro athletes get paid. Now, I'm guessing you could call me a little bit of a hypocrite with it because I do watch pro sports. I enjoy football, I enjoy baseball, but I still think it is a little ridiculous that a professional football player gets paid more than a doctor or policeman or fireman, men who are going to potentially save your life. Entertainment versus life-saving, who should get paid more? See what you think. This one, it really is just opinion. There's not a lot of facts to go behind it, just besides the numbers of how much they actually do get paid. Alright, so these are just the general numbers, kind of the average of what they get paid. A basketball player gets about $5.15 million a year, a Major League Baseball player $3.2 million a year, a hockey player $2.4 million a year, and a football player $1.9 million a year. Now, I know football seems kind of low, but then you looked up the numbers for like quarterbacks because that is the highest paid position, and that astounded me. Peyton Manning gets $23 million a year, Eli Manning $20.5 million, and Donovan McNabb $25 million. That's a little ridiculous to me that somebody gets paid $20 to $25 million a year for just entertainment. I mean, I'm not saying it's not involving skill, because it definitely is. You got to have the stamina, and there's injuries involved, so I understand you got to have the money to pay for those injuries. But it's still a little ridiculous that they get paid more than men who save our lives, and we'll get to how much they get paid here soon. I did want to mention that I discovered that there actually used to be a cap back in 2008 of $116 million that sports teams were allowed to spend on their players. But there's no longer a cap. They're no longer restricted. Unless my information's wrong, which if it is and if you find proof, please let me know. But that's the information I found. And here's some information about what rookies make. Typically, a rookie makes about $375,000 in their first year, but it goes up with experience. So by their third season, they got $600,000, and by their 10th season, they got $900,000. But that has changed a little bit because these numbers I was looking up was back in 2011, and it's just gone up since then. Now, 2012, it was $390,000 as a starter. 2013, it was $405,000 as a starter, and then at 2014, it was $420,000 as a starter. So it keeps going up, which kind of is a problem when really we could use that money in other areas. And that doesn't even include bonuses that they get. That the site that I was looking at was like, that can pump it up into the millions. Now, I don't want this to be 100% negative, it's not towards players at all, it's really just the organizations itself, because really, a lot of the players do good things with this money. I actually have this PDF that I found that gives me a list of organizations, and this isn't just, baseball, hockey, and all them, it's like golf, and, NASCAR, and all that type of stuff. So, like, I have Peyton Manning on here, who, you got the Peyton Manning Payback Foundation, which the assets at the end of the year was about $1,424,631, and it gives me a list of total expenses and all this stuff. So I mean, there are good things that players do with their money, and I applaud them for that. But that doesn't mean that they should still make more than our doctors and our police officers and our firemen and our nurses. I just don't think it's fair. Now I want to give you what doctors, nurses, firefighters, all of them make. Remember, this is just the average. So primary doctors average about $195,000 a year, and specialists $284,000 a year, and that's just the average. Because the number one doctor, orthopedic surgeon, is actually $421,000 a year, and then it says number 5 is plastic surgeons at $354,000 a year. Then you have pediatricians at $189,000 a year, family physicians at $195,000 a year, and diabetes doctors and endocrinologists, hopefully I pronounced that right, at $196,000 a year. Then you have nurses at $69,110 a year, firefighters at $47,720 a year, and police at $56,260 a year. Doctors make about half, lower than half, really, of what an average NFL player makes in a year. And really, if you think about the orthopedic surgeon, they make about, what, a fourth of what the quarterbacks make? That's sad. Now, I'm not saying we need to pay our doctors $20 million. But don't you think that we shouldn't be paying athletes $20 million when we're not even paying that to our doctors? That doctor is going to give you the medicine you need to get well. They're going to possibly save your life if you're in a car crash. The firefighters who only get paid, $56,000 a year, they're going to save your life. They're going to help your burning home, and we pay them less than entertainment. And I mean, this doesn't just apply to football players, movie stars, they get paid a ridiculous amount too, but my main focus for this video was football players, so let's just stick with that for now. Well, not just football players, but pro athletes in general. I just kind of focused on NFL just because that is kind of just the one that sticks in my mind the most. I definitely can pull up more numbers for baseball, hockey, and stuff. I don't really watch hockey as much, but I can pull up the numbers if you'd like. Now, if you disagree with me, please let me know in an adult manner. Don't be nasty about it. I'm not going to be nasty to you. I'm not going to promise you're going to be able to change my opinion on this, but I will hear you out, and if you find different facts to back up your opinion, I would love to hear them, and I am going to read them, and I am going to take them into consideration. But just think about it. I mean, this isn't a video about trying to make change like most of my other videos, use your blinker, recycle, or, pick up litter, all that stuff. I'm actually going to make a recycling video pretty soon. But I just want people to be aware of this unjustness, and I'm not expecting anything to change, probably never will in my lifetime, but I'm hoping by making more people aware of it, maybe it can start something. So that's just my hope. That's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Again, any questions you may have, please feel free to ask. Leave your comments. If you have something you really want me to do a video about, hear my opinion, please let me know. But yeah, that's really all for this week. Let me introduce you to the little rascal you have seen in this video. This is Pumpkin. She is my dog. That is a cat, but she fetches, and she sits on command. I'll have to show you sometime, but she's really crazy. So, have a good week. Sorry this is on Thursday and not Wednesday, but I hope you enjoyed.